this is probably what happened. You just came back from the doctor's office and your kidney doctor said, hey, your kidney disease is getting worse and now it's time to talk about dialysis because it's in your future and we need to get ready. So you came home, you did a search, what is dialysis, things to know about dialysis, and then you found me. Like, how lucky am I? And I'm here to help ease your anxiety, because if you are new to dialysis, I know that you have questions and I know that you have concerns, and that is what this video is for. I want to address your concerns, I want to answer your questions so that you feel more comfortable before your first dialysis appointment. So there are a few things that you can expect no matter where you are in the United States, and we're going to go through them now. The number one thing, wherever you are, is that we are going to get your weight when you get to the clinic, and the weight will be in kilograms. There are reasons for that, but I'm going to keep it simple. So we'll just start with number one, we're going to get your weight when you get there, and number two, we're going to get your weight when you leave. So there are two things already that you can be ready for. The other thing that you can expect at a dialysis clinic is that we are going to check your blood pressure, and we're going to check your blood pressure every half an hour. That doesn't mean I'm going to come up and I'm going to check your blood pressure every half hour. There'll be an automatic blood pressure cuff that will cycle every 30 minutes, and if it's outside of parameters, it will alarm. Alarms can be alarming, but just know that they are there to keep you safe and to let us know that we need to come check on you. So, oh my gosh. We already have 3 things that we know are going to happen at the dialysis clinic. Whew, I feel better already. Number 4, you are going to see a nurse, and the nurse is going to do an assessment and ask you some questions. The nurse is going to listen to your heart, listen to your lungs, and we're going to look at your legs to see if you are retaining any water. We're also going to ask you a bunch of questions, but they're the same questions every time you come in. And I have some patients that are so familiar with the questions that when they come in, they're like, Lindsey, everything's the same, everything's fine, no changes. Questions are geared geared towards 2 things. The first questions are to make sure that you're not developing an infection like the flu or pneumonia. So I'll ask you any fevers, chills, nausea, vomiting. And then the next set of questions are geared to see how much fluid you're retaining. Are you feeling any short of breath? How did your shoes fit today? Were they too tight? Walking in here, were you short of breath? And and you'll let us know if it's yes, no, or the same. So we've got weights when you get here, weights when you leave, blood pressure, nursing assessment. Okay, 4 things that you can expect no matter where you are in the United States. And then we're going to hook you up and you'll be on the machine for a couple hours. How long you're on the machine kind of depends on your body size. It can be anywhere between 3 to 4.5 hours. That is between you and the provider. Now, what do you do when you're on the machine? You have a lot of time to kill. You're like, oh my gosh, I have to be on the machine for how long? But it's kind of, the best way I can describe it is it's kind of like a washing machine, how the washing machine needs to run through for like 40, 50 minutes to get everything clean. The same thing with your blood, but it takes longer than a washing machine. It takes 3 to 4 hours. People will watch TV. Most clinics will have a TV. You can also bring in a tablet or your iPhone and connect to the Wi-Fi if your clinic has Wi-Fi, and watch TV that way or play games on your tablet. Or a lot of people sleep. A lot of people get tired on dialysis, and there's reasons for this, but I'll get into that in another video. So you're already feeling better. You're already feeling more prepared for your first dialysis treatment. Now, what do you bring to the dialysis clinic? Number 1, bring a blanket. Whether it is below 0 or 90 degrees outside, when you get on that machine, you are going to get cold. That is the number 1 complaint or discomfort that I hear from dialysis patients. So bring a warm blanket. If you had a battery-powered heated vest, bring that, and dress in layers. Gosh. A few other things that you can expect the nurse or the dialysis tech to tell you when you get there is if you start feeling worse than you do now, please let us know. We will be checking on you frequently, but if you start having like cramps in your legs or your stomach or your hands, let us know because we can fix that. Usually any symptoms that you have on the dialysis machine are because of the dialysis, and we know what to do with that. We know how to fix it. And if we can't fix it with the dialysis machine by changing the settings, chances are it's not dialysis related and we'll send you to the emergency room, but that's rare. See, now I'm already giving you anxiety by going into all that detail, but let's get back to simplicity. Let's keep it simple. One of the most common questions I get from patients that are new to dialysis is, when am I going to start feeling better? And I usually say it'll take 1 to 2 weeks to get all of those toxins out of your body so that you feel better. Most patients, when they first come to the dialysis clinic, are feeling nauseous, they don't have an appetite, and they're feeling very foggy. They're just kind of like out of it, like their brain isn't as sharp. And that's because of all of the buildup of the toxins, all of the waste products in your blood that aren't getting cleaned out by the kidneys. So after about a week of dialysis, people are like, whew, I am feeling so much better. My appetite is back. I don't have as much nausea. I'm not as foggy in the brain. And I've heard a handful of times people say, if I would have known I'd feel this much better on dialysis, I would have started it months ago. So let's recap everything that we can expect at the dialysis clinic. Wait when you get here, wait when you leave, a blood pressure every half an hour. The nurse is going to assess you. You're going to sit on the machine for a few hours and you're going to get cold. And that's it. Wow, okay. That's not so scary, right? That seems more manageable. And one of the great things about dialysis is it is very repetitive, so you can expect those things every time you come in. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck at your first dialysis treatment.